So we're going to talk about destiny and finish off some concepts of what destiny really is and pull it all together quickly this time, okay? And so I drew a maze just to conceptualize a little bit, and we're going to go through what destiny is and why there's a spiritual destiny and a physical destiny. But going to start with the concept first about seeds and what seeds are. Now, seeds have all the information in them to become what they're going to be, right? Roses start out as seeds, and a rose seed is going to grow into a rose, and it can't grow into anything else. And it's a process of unfolding. Starts out in a little shell, can't really tell what it is, but it's going to end up being a beautiful rose. And it's a process that unfolds. Rose seeds become roses, that's it. Rose seeds can't become oak trees. They will become roses. So we also all have a seed inside of us. The seed, in our understanding, the best way to understand it is called Christ. It's a seed. It's inside your heart. Other cultures can call it different things. It could be a Buddha, Krishna, Muhammad thing, whatever. Kabbalah has some of its own understandings of it too. They describe it as a seed or a point in the heart. All of us have it. In our little maze here, it's this little blue spot represented inside each of these little people. Okay? All of us have the seed. We can't decide what it's going to be. It's going to grow into Christ. It's going to grow into Christ. That's all it can be. It's not going to be anything else. See, this is destiny. If I said to you that a rose seed is going to grow into a rose, am I somehow special for understanding that? That's obvious, isn't it? A rose seed will become a rose. Once you understand that Christ is in everyone's heart, it's not special to understand. I could predict your future. You're going to grow into Christ. Magic, right? No. It's actually very logical, and it's very clear. And this is true for everybody on earth. In my little maze here, I've only got 5 people. Okay, I got to draw 7 billion people in a much more complicated maze. But every person on earth has this seed inside their hearts. A rose by any other name still smells as sweet, right? I don't care what you call it. Christ just means perfect, pure spirit. Call it anything you want. It's in your heart, and it's a seed. It's not like a rose is thinking, I'm a rose. It just grows. It just blooms into what it's going to bloom into, okay? So another way to think of it is a concept from Hinduism, the Siddhi, S-I-D-D-H-I, which is the perfection is already in you. You're born with the perfection already in you. What you will do is undo all the layers of ego, all the conditioning, in order to reveal that perfection. By the time we get to where we're at, we've got a lot of layers, and they're piled on top of that seed. And you have to reveal them one at a time. Just have to reveal the seed by pulling back those layers one at a time. It's equivalent to visualizing the statue David from Michelangelo, which is a 17-foot tall marble statue, which looks just like a human being. It's incredible. But that statue was already inside the block of marble, wasn't it? What did Michelangelo do? He just chipped away, and he chipped away until David revealed itself. David was always in that statue, was always in that block of marble. And what Michelangelo did is reveal David inside the statue. All of us have Christ inside ourselves. All of us will reveal that Christ, and we do so by removing the layers of ego. We chip away and we chip away until the Christ shows up. So here's how destiny works, both physical and spiritual destiny. The spiritual destiny is clear. The Christ will be revealed in you. Simple. And that's true for all 7 billion of us. However, we have different pathways to get there, and this is where the physical destiny comes in. Go ahead and try to control your spiritual destiny. It's not going to happen. Submitting to it and just accepting it. Again, Islam means to submit. A Muslim is one who is submitted to what? The destiny of Allah moving through them. It's the same concept. The Spirit will run through you, and it'll activate that destiny. So you can't control that. It's just going to unfold. You can nurture it, but it's going to be that seed of Christ. Well, physical destinies are somewhat similar, but you have a different level of control. It's more physical. It's not like God cares what you're doing physically to unfold that seed. You have to figure that out, and it's part of the destiny, and it can sometimes be thought of in the terms of this maze. Makes it more clear. So what I have is 5 people. I would draw mice in a maze, but I can't draw mice very well. So I drew little people inside of a maze, and inside each one of them is this little blue spot, which is the Spirit. It's the Christ inside our hearts. And each one of these people are in the same system. You've got 5 people in a maze. That's all of us in this world in a system, a matrix, an illusion. We're all in the system together. And yet we're in different spots in the system. This is called relativity. Different people start in different places. In the physical world, we have different races and genders and different ages and eras and cultures, different sexual orientations, different physical limitations, different mental limitations. All of it ultimately irrelevant because the seed is inside each one of us. And yet, whatever our relative experiences are physically puts us in a different spot in the maze. So here's how physical reality unfolds. What's the destiny physically of this person? Well, we know spiritually they're going to become Christ. Well, this person, in order to get to the light, just has to go there. This person has to travel this way, all the way up, over, and they're out. This person has to go this way, and they can get out. And this person might have it more complex, and as they pass the snake, they might be in danger. Bad things can happen, but guess what? If they continue on their journey, they will find their way out. And this person has a long way to go, but if they stay focused, they can get out as well. All 5 of them end up at the light. This is unity right here. This is the sameness, okay? We all have that in common. We're all working for the same goal. But we all have different pathways of getting there. Some people have to go left, some people have to go right. Some people have physical things to go through, some people have mental things to go through. Some people financial, some relationships. We've all got stuff to go through. It's your adversity that adds the light, which grows the Christ in your heart, which helps you get out of the maze. Everybody's got this. It's completely fair. You just have to worry about your spot in the maze. This person can't be concerned about what that person's doing. They can work together by saying, hey, how do you figure your way out of the maze? This person has to say, well, the more confident I am, and the more focused, and the more persistent, the more clear the pathway shows up for me. Proverbs 3:6 says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. You want to get out of the maze? Worry about yourself. Figure out where you're at. Add more light. The pathway will show up for you. This guy has to go right and up to get out, and this guy has to go right and down, and then left, and then down, and then left. Okay, he's got more to go. Doesn't make him better or worse. Be concerned with your spot in the maze. So the physical destiny and the spiritual destiny, well, they end up at the same place, but you take different pathways to get here. This is the essence of Buddha's Kalama Sutta, in which he says we all have different pathways to the truth. So some people can be Republican, some can be a Democrat, some can be atheist, some can be Muslim, some can be Jewish, some can be transitioning, some can be totally ignoring the whole question, right? Some can be sitting down and refusing to play, and others can be running for the finish line. Some do it as a worker at Sheets, some do it as Michelangelo, some do it as Einstein, some do it as an author, some as a singer. Doesn't matter. Different pathways, infinite number of them will still get you to the same place. And so you have a crazy big complex world, everybody's physical destiny, different directions. You have some control over that because you have some choice in what you want to do in the physical world, right? What you're going to have for dinner, what job you might want to have. God's not sitting there saying, you better have the right sandwich for dinner, or you better pick the right job. That's not it. He says, find the light in all that you do. Find the light. That's it. Krishna says, as long as you're trying to enter into my being, you cannot go a wrong way. Whatever you have for dinner, find the spirit in it. Whatever job you're working at, find the spirit in it. Jesus says, do not worry about what you wear. Do not worry about what you eat. Because again, physical destiny, have fun with it. It's a maze. This guy can camp out here for a while. He can go visit this guy if he wants. He can come back here and live for a while. This guy might make a beeline out, and he gets out quickly. It doesn't matter. The universe is going to assure that you end up finding the light. Have fun with it. Whatever career, whatever occupation you want to do, whatever relationships you want to be in, if you find the light in it, you'll get out. And you'll reveal the perfection inside of you, which is all of our destiny.